Hello everyone and welcome back to Pattu Presents. Thank you so much for your appreciation and feedback. And today, the 1st of June, it's a new month and everything starts fresh again. Of course, globally, the lockdown is, slowly easing over and many offices are starting. Are you excited to going back to office? Maybe yes, maybe no if you have a micromanager on your head. Our topic today is actually on micromanagers, and honestly, there are many types of micromanagers out there. They're the micromanager. You have a micromanager who calls you at 7:30 a.m. in the morning, just so that to ensure that you reach office by 9 o'clock. You have a micromanager who checks on your lunch timings, what time you left the desk, what time you came back. You have a type of micromanager who edits each year of your email. When you send an email to somebody, it first has to go to him, he will edit it, then it comes back to you, then it's sent out. That's another type of micromanager. You have another type of micromanager who would really like to negotiate on your vacation dates. If you say I need a 2 week vacation, he'll say why 2 weeks, why not 1 week, why from 1st of June, why not from 10th of June. You have different types of micromanagers, but the one which we are going to talk today is the documentation obsessed micromanager. If you have a work ex of 5 to 10 years and you have a manager who ensures that every time you sit for a documentation you're making 25, 30 to 40 versions of it, you have a problem. Most of the work which we do at this level is actually starts on a Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, or a Microsoft Excel document. When you've been asked to make a presentation, you make one and it's version 1. 1 month later, you realize you're working on version 30 of the documentation. That's a problem. You would have wasted an entire month making 30 versions of the same documentation. The same PowerPoint presentation, which initially was 10 slides long, has now become 40 slides long, or could even be 100 slides long. I have seen presentations like that, which has 100 slides in it. I don't know who pays attention in those presentations, but yeah, there happens stuff like that. This means two things. If you are in this position, it means either you're extremely incapable. A wrong job is being given to you. You're not capable of doing a presentation in, let's say, in 5 versions, or a document in 5 to 10 versions. The second possibility is you have a boss who's a perfectionist. That's another part of the problem. Now, there's a good part of it. The positive part of it is that if you are a team of 10 and your boss chooses you to make a particular document, whether a presentation on an Excel sheet or a Word document, it means there's a positive thing. It means he trusts you to complete it within 25 to 30 versions. If it had gone to your colleague, it may have taken 40, 50 to maybe 80 versions of it. So that's the positive part of it. But the negative part of it is you are nothing but a glorified typist. It's only in the first 2-3 versions you learn some things new. After that, you are just decorating, redecorating, and learning different ways to answer to different audiences. Because that same presentation on the same document would be presented to different departments. So you'll have one version for the customer service unit. You'll have another version for the operations unit. You'll have a third version for the product unit. And each of those versions have 10, 12, 15 versions each. That's a real problem. And your actual objective may be worth just 2 to 3 slides. But you are roaming around your PC and you have a screen which looks like this. And you're roaming around with, let's say, 40 versions of the document, and your main objective has got lost in that 40 slides. You want to continue being a glorified typist. Either you're in a wrong job or you have a wrong boss. Worse, if this boss is one who's completely married to the company, or maybe watching the news at home, if he eats lunch all alone or sometimes with his colleagues, means you definitely have a person who's married to the company. Such people attain nirvana the day the company sacks them, which eventually it happens. And there are many such people who are married to corporates. What is the solution for that? Do we have a solution? Do you want to continue remain a glorified typist? There's a solution. The next time you get a project like this, a Word doc or an Excel or a PowerPoint to make, go and talk to your boss and say, sir, why don't we do this thing? We will end up making 30, 40 versions of it, making a 100 slide or a 100 page document when the basic objective is maybe worth 3 or 4 slides or 3 or 4 pages. Why don't we sit in a conference room, book the whole day, and me and you together make it? Instead of us working on it for 30 days, we may just save a lot of time. 80% of the time can be saved by doing it on that same day, on the very first day in the conference room, both of us together. Else, for each of these 40 versions, you have 40 different meetings which happens over 40 days. So that's a different pain. Talk to the boss. If the boss disagrees, says no, we will continue doing it this 40 version and 100 slide or 100 document, 100 page version, bad luck. But if your boss listens to you and says, fine, let's try your method. Let's close ourselves in a room and let's keep a target. The main objective will be only in 3 slides, and rest of the slides, there may be 5 or 6 slides for peripheral information. Rest of it can be annexure. Our main presentation will be only for 10 slides, and we'll make a meeting only for 30 to 45 minutes. If your boss listens to it, worship that boss. This is a boss who wants to improve his life, who wants to improve your life, who wants to be a leader, wants you to grow up as a leader. If you have these options, fantastic. If you don't have these options and you are being asked to go back and make the 35th version of one particular PowerPoint, and that PowerPoint must be supported by another Excel sheet which has another 35th version of that, bad luck, but don't feel bad about it. Every time you feel discouraged about your job, just look up in one of the Indian news TV channels and you will find these Pakistani politicians or Pakistani journalists or Pakistani high society people attend these Indian news channels. There they get well paid, but they get roundly abused, but they happily do it. So these Pakistani representatives who come would be abusing them about their upbringing, but they laugh and they just say, no, 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 you are saying wrong. But they are happy and contented and they get paid for it. The Indian anchor will abuse them about their country, will call him a beggar, will call him illiterate, will call him all the choicest word. But this guy will only keep saying, no, 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 this is not true, this is not true. End of the day, he's happy. He comes back next day again to attend. If that person can survive in his job, you sure can survive in this job. I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope you could relate something to it. Pattu Presents will be back again with another topic. If you have any topic in your mind in which you want me to give you a solution or at least make you and me smile, feel free to put that in the comments. So don't forget to like, share and comment the videos for Pattu Presents. Thank you so much for being part of us. Don't forget, I also have a website, www.emojisarball.com. Yeah, it's a very funny name because we like being funny. Thank you so much and have a great June ahead.